Hello, good morning. This is your Transfarmer, Philippines. Since we're practicing the so-called regenerative farming or permaculture, we're going to tackle some issues regarding this matter. Uh, to all out there, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and lovers, once again, good morning. I have here some magazines of agriculture. Agriculture is the agricultural magazine of Manila Politics. In which case, once in a while, yours truly is buying uh, at National Bookstore, either in Cebu or in Tagbilaran City. Today, yours truly is based in Bible Hall, practicing regenerative agriculture. I coined it into regenerative surgical agriculture, permaculture. Permaculture means permanent culture. You're not going to again and again plow the field, fertilize with commercial fertilizers, bombard it with pesticides, it's all natural. Permaculture or regenerative surgical. Why surgical? As what I have said, we are not going to plow. We are not going to disturb the soil completely. All you have to do is to clean the perimeter of the plants. Some other stations are going to be clean. Some other stations are going to be uh, very net. But then again, we apply humus on them, natural fertilizers like manure, chicken dung, cow manure, carabao manure, goat manure, amongst others. Grasses, so all natural. Now, how did permaculture started or start? When? I'm not an expert, ladies and gentlemen, but I have some sort of story or stories about uh, agriculture. Actually, I am not very keen on English. Please pardon with my little English. I have always joked again and again. I have only 13 English. After the 13, I am English no more. I have English no more. Anyway, just only a joke. Water. H2O. Why it is called H2O? H2O, hydrogen and oxygen. The body, the water is composed of pH. We're talking about soil, that's why we talk about pH, potential hydrogen. Now, in the absence of term, because that is English, another English again, uh, potential hydrogen means the composition of the water, and the composition of the fertility of the soil must be balanced, the hydrogen and the oxygen. So pH value. The scientists would tell us that the ideal potential hydrogen is 5.5 to 6.5 or even 7. That is still considerable. When it below 5 pH, the soil is called acidic. Now, when the soil is acidic, the soil will not be productive anymore. The flowers are going down. It is not productive. The fruit will not go on, will not continue to be, to be robust. Then your orchard or your fruits or plants not really that productive because the balance or the pH is not balanced. It should be 5.5 to 6.5 to 7 pH. Now, when it exceeds to 7, that is another problem. It should be only 5.5 to 6. How to balance the pH or value or pH scale of the soil? We do regenerative or permaculture. We are not going plow the field. We're not going to bombard it with commercial fertilizers and artificial means of farming. We're not going to bombard the soil or the plants with uh, pesticides. Okay, so I am going to discuss why. Because permaculture, permanent culture, we do only we use materials that is in the farm itself. We're not going to buy. It is economical and practical. Practical means we do into practice. We do it into practice, natural way of farming. It started way back in Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. Please bear with me. Genesis chapter 26, chapter 12. Then Isaac sowed in the land and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. So at that moment in time, Isaac was rich. He was very rich. If we remember, Isaac is the son of Abraham and Sarai or Sarah. He was being sacrificed to God. Then suddenly God uh, changed his mind. The was Abraham has passed the test, his faithfulness to God. Then Isaac came. He was a legitimate farmer. He was a regenerative farmer. Why? In olden days, after harvest, according to research, they are going to follow. Follow means to rest. You're going to follow the land, to rest the land for at least 7 years to again to naturally fertilize the land, to naturally balance the pH, potential hydrogen. So Isaac, amongst others, Isaac and his people would go from one place to another. They follow the already tilled land for 7 years. Of course, today you're not going to do that. Some people out there, because they are into commercial farming, they will not do that. They will bombard the hectares of land with fertilizers, pesticides, among others. Fertilizers are to grow up to make the plant robust. Regenerative farming is to make the soil fertile and productive. You're not after for the plants, but we're after, of course, we're after for the plants, but through the natural process of having good bacteria in the soil, good parasite, good beneficial parasites in the soil. How many years? They're going to follow. Rest, F-A-L-L, O-W, F-A, not the other one, follow to obey. So they're going to rest at least 7 years. In permaculture, we're not going to do that. We are to rest. In regenerative farming, we are to rest the farm. We're going to rest the soil every day. Sustainable agriculture. You're not going to barren the land, make the land barren, then rest for 7 years. That is almost impossible today. So we're going to do to practice permaculture. That's why I am telling you this because I have a little knowledge on this. Why people are lonely in their agriculture, uh, in their agriculture pursuits? They are lonely. They are economically bankrupt because of the so-called monoculture practice. In the first salvo of farming, in the first years of farming, the land is productive. First year, second year, third year, up to fourth year. In the fifth year, they will discover that the land is not yielding anymore good crops. They're not yielding anymore good fruits. Why? The land has been abused. Abuse means uh, abnormal use, abuse. You see, that's why some other practitioner out there are meditating. They are contemplating how do we resolve this problem, quote unquote. The first year is good harvest. Second year is good. Third year good. In the fourth year it is declining. That's why if you're going to send your children to school, in the first year, second year, third year, they're happy. You can because you can still sustain and still harvest in the field. After some time, there is no more harvest. That's why you will tell your children, you have to stop studying. You see, the economy is dwindling. You better go to the city, my child, whether male or female. You're now 18 years old. You can now go to the city and work. So not able to pursue school or college. Did you know that in the Philippines, as what I have read, we have we have 11 million out of school youth and no jobs, with no jobs to find. That is very lonely. It is some sort of uh, lonely situation in the economic situation of the Philippines. Why? Now we are going to reverse the system through the so-called regenerative farming. How true is this? Now I would like just to share about regenerative farming here. regenerative farming. The secret is in the soil, not in the plants. Who are these people who are practicing recent regenerative farming? I would like just to share with you the so-called IFOM organic internship course students from Chile, Japan, Germany, Taiwan, England, Ireland, Sweden, and the Philippines. You see, these people are practicing modern regenerative farming. And yet, these countries, Chile, Japan, Germany, Taiwan, England, Ireland, Sweden, and Philippines, are of course, they're leading in the so-called agriculture. They are now going back to the regenerative agriculture as being practiced by our forefathers people. You see, there is no tail method, all mulching from England, okay, from Somerset, England. Yeah, you see, so it's nice to hear that there is hope, new hope in agriculture. We are experimenting. They use cows, chicken, and even goats to fertilize the land. After a while, after 1 year, 6 months of fertilizing the land with cows and other animals, with their with their manure, the land is regenerated. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, friends and lovers, brothers and sisters, I hope I have shared so much. Maybe some other time we will tackle another topic. We'll tackle another issue on regenerative agriculture. Uh, I hope you will find time to share our topic to heart, to follow and subscribe whatever you do. What is goodness in our endeavors in life? We help each other by uh, by showing to the world that we're united in this kind of endeavor. So we can never do this without the power of God, with the power of prayer and the power of action. To God be the glory.